Hey y'all, how are y'all doing? I thought I'd pop in today and do a little live video on manifesting. I get so many questions on manifesting, and I think a lot of people like tips, like info. So I thought I would do a little video. I'll give you my personal techniques, tips. Of course, y'all already know I wrote, how to manifest using dark energy. That book or the ebook is below on Amazon. You can check it out. But I'll also explain different ways as well as using that technique. How are y'all doing? Thank you. So, manifesting is not just something you do when you think about it. Manifesting is something that you are, something that you walk in. Walk in your manifestation. When I say that, I mean everything that you do in your life should be walking towards or in that manifestation in which you are trying to manifest, because that's how you get it faster. I know a lot of people think manifesting is supposed to come quick. It can come quick if you stay in line. If you are on a path, stay on that path. You can't manifest something and be on a whole different path. You can't say, I'm on my way to Hawaii when you're going the opposite direction. So you have to be on the same path as what it is you are manifesting. That's number one. Many people don't realize that. But if you're manifesting something, you need to be in that same path, making decisions that will lead you in that direction, not the opposite direction. I think so many people don't realize it. They will manifest, oh, I want to find a great partner. Oh, I want a better job. But you're doing everything to go in the opposite direction. So how is that supposed to work? Okay. It's like eating a bunch of cookies and cakes and pies saying you want to lose weight and you're manifesting losing weight, but you're stuffing your face like, I want to lose weight. I'm manifesting. These 3,000 calories is not going to do a thing as long as I manifest. Nope. That's not true. So you can't manifest if you're on the wrong path. You need to be on the same path and manifest. So a lot of people are trying to manifest physical changes. And that's the number one question I get, physical change. How do I manifest my physical body? Or, how do I lose weight? How do I look this way? How do I do that? You have to be on that path. What physical items or physical foods or physical supplements can you use to make yourself look better? Well, why not manifest being able to use them easily or without complaint? Thank you, Jade Brown. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's very generous. I appreciate that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So why not manifest starting to like vegetables? Why not manifest eating less meat? Why not manifest, eating healthier choices? Why not manifest taking more, vitamins or minerals or whatever you're going to take? Why not manifest putting more investment into, those things rather than in something that's not important? So manifest that you put more focus on an area that you know is going to help you. So someone sent me these teas. I just want to share them with you real quick because I know a lot of people, they're going to ask weight loss questions and stuff. So someone sent me some really great teas. These are just samples. They're coffees and teas. They some of them have, I think all of them have CBD in it. So they sent me these little samples. This is Total Life Changes. So they sent me this. Gentle detox and calming effect. Okay. So if you have trouble focusing or not thinking positive, you might need something to help you, along the way so that your manifestations are easier. This is a gentle detox. So they sent me some samples. I'm gonna try them out and I'll let you know what I think. I left the link in the description bar if y'all are curious. This is, and it tells you how everything works. So that's a detox. What else did they send me? Delgada. Okay. Slimming formula. Ooh, what's this? Coffee? No, this is a coffee. It's an instant coffee, y'all. I love coffee, so I'm gonna try that. And then they sent me one more thing. Let's see. Energy and focus. Ooh. Some people don't have enough energy, and that's why they can't stick to, their goals. So these are like some little tablets or supplements. I'm gonna try those. And this is by Total Life Changes, and I did link them in the description bar if y'all want to check them out. So I'll be trying those, and y'all can. I'll let you know what I think about them. Total Life Changes. The description is below with the website link. So coffees, tea, supplements. One of my subscribers sent those to me, and I think that's her website, or she sells for that company. So I appreciate it. So manifesting while you like drink your tea or your coffee, or when you take your supplements, that's the time to manifest. Whenever you're doing something good for your body, good for yourself, good for your finances, good for whatever, your spirituality, good for your kids, that's when you manifest, because you're feeling the highest, because you're feeling positive about what you're manifesting. So, oh, I'm eating healthy today. I'm going to manifest more healthy eating. That's when you manifest it, when you're actually doing it, because that's the energy that you're putting out. I'm already doing it. I'm manifesting to be healthier, but I'm doing something healthy. I feel good about myself. So that's positive energy already. And when you're manifesting that, there's no doubt, because you're doing it. So whatever you really want, like if you're at work and you're earning money, or you're starting a business and you're filling orders, manifest more business, manifest more money, manifest an increase while you're sitting there in the actual, position of earning the money or filling the orders. Manifest more. And because that frequency that you're already on is going to be pushed higher if you manifest right then and there. Don't manifest later when you are starting to, slow down. Oh no, business is slowing down. Don't manifest later when you're not at work and you're tired and I hate working. Don't manifest then. Manifest when you are fresh, excited, earning money, filling orders, advertising, getting business, seeing an increase. When you see that increase, that's when you manifest. You don't manifest when stuff starts getting low, because the feeling that you have, or the vibration or frequency that you have, is of lack, is lacking. It's like, oh, I better manifest and stuff is, going backwards. No, manifest when stuff is going forward. So it stays going forward. That's what you're manifesting, for things to continue to go forward. Okay. So no manifesting when you feel like it's time to manifest because something went wrong. You should live in positive manifestation on a daily basis. If you are trying to lose weight, or perfect something with your look, whenever you feel good about that certain thing, manifest even more. If you're in a relationship and the relationship is going well, manifest even more, of a connection, not when it's going bad. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle, y'all. Thank y'all for hitting that thumbs up button. I appreciate it. Now, if y'all have any questions so far, how do you get back up once you fall down? Stand up. Don't be afraid to fall again because you probably will. Failure is not something bad. It's just a trial and error. You know, it's trial and error. I used to work when I first got out of culinary arts school. I worked at a food lab for fun because I always wanted to see what a food lab. I wore a little white coat, and they made like different types of foods for frozen food companies and things like that. But they would do trial and error on each batch or recipe, and we would have to make like stuff 10 times before they got to the one that they wanted. So 10 times you would get paid to fail 10 times until they found the best one. So failure is just weeding out what's not working. So every time you fail, you get closer to success, basically. But that's how you got to think about it. Because people actually get paid to fail in order to get closer to success. So just think of it like that. Failure is just one step closer to success because you already, say, okay, well, that don't work, and exit it out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people try to make things more complicated when it's not. It's just you have to stop living in that fear. What if it doesn't work? Or, you know, and we have to think of manifesting not in a Western way. When I say a Western way, I mean not after the fact. It must be preventative, it must be ongoing. It can't be after you are already evicted, living in a homeless shelter with $2. Okay. That's not when you say, okay, well, I guess I better start manifesting. No, you should have been manifesting when you were abundant. You should have been manifesting when everything was going right, you know. And so you don't go for things as a last result. You live your life on a daily basis, manifesting when things are going correct. Okay. And that's when a lot of people switch over to spirituality when they're at their lowest point. That's good, but you're still going to have to learn that when you get back up, you need to stay up so you stay manifesting. You want to stay up, stay manifesting. That's how you got there, right? Okay, so um, just like if you don't want to regress back into something, you continue on a path that's going to keep you where you are or doing better. What if you want to keep What if you keep watching make yourself like something, but you can't stay focused, such as real estate? I can't stay. It's probably not for you then. If you can't stay focused on something, that is your mind and your whole body telling you you're not interested in that. Somebody just told you, oh, that's a good job. But everything in your being is telling you they're not interested. Your whole being is not interested in real estate. Are you passionate about real estate? Thank you, Mermaid Team. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, snowball effect. We're always manifesting subconsciously. Yes. Your mind, yeah. Thank you, Mermaid Teams. Your mind is subconsciously telling you you're not interested in real estate. So why don't you manifest to find your passion or what you are interested in? Because that's not it. If it were, you'd be done and doing it already and enjoying it and being very successful. That's not what you really want. I think so many people don't know who they are or what they want or what they're passionate about, and they just do what sounds good. And that's another thing. When you're manifesting and you're manifesting for something that you don't even really want, it's not going to work. You don't want it. You're not going to be happy doing it. You don't enjoy doing it. So it's not going to manifest in your life. Find something you're passionate about, and I bet you'll get it done quick. I used to be at that point when I was very young. You know, hurry up and get a job, hurry up and find a career, do something. It doesn't matter, right? Okay, so I heard real estate was good, or heard this was good, or heard, okay, this makes money quick. Okay, so you have the basics: nursing, real estate. What else is the other basic that everybody does? You know, the basics. Then when they realize those things aren't for them, then they kind of start to search for their own path in life. A lot of stuff ain't for people. Bartending, right? If you love it, do it. If it's Here's my thing. Whatever job, and I'm gonna say job, because if you work for someone else, it's a job. Whatever job you find does not have to be your passion. You can like it. It could fuel your future passions. It could fuel whatever you're going to try to do in the future for yourself. But most people's passions and dreams are not jobs. They're not already picked out inside of a box job. Okay. So that's probably why it's hard to accomplish, because that's something that's not, you know, inside of you. These are just options that they give you. These are not what you truly want to be doing or what you're truly good at doing. It's just an option to make money. So I don't I don't really feel like all those options on a list is something that I care about. I mean, whichever one that I can tolerate enough to get paid on is the one I'm probably going to do until I start my own business or whatever. But I'm not picking that for the rest of my life. That's just a way in to get that money so I can do my other stuff. So don't think that that's something that you have to do for the rest of your life. Most people who have degrees don't even work in their field. Right. My brother and I have options tattooed on us. You were trying to do training twice, and twice I just not happened, and the universe just doesn't want me to work hard. Um, Whatever you're training for, you don't want to do. Okay, so you have to realize this when there's so many blocks in your path, you don't want to do it. Think about it. When you really want to do something, you fly right to it. Phew, bam. If you have a determination and a very, strong passion to do something, you get it done. When you get inspired to do something, you get it done. There is nothing in your way. And if there is, you're going to remove it quick and not even think about it. So you don't want to do it. Sit down and be honest with yourself. That's not something you want to do. Because I know when I get like a project in my head, when I get inspired, when I want to redecorate or do something or organize something or do a craft, and I'm really focused and it's just on me, I can't stop till I do it. When I'm researching or decoding something, I can't stop till I feel like I can stop. Nothing will stop me. I could be hungry, I could, be supposed to do this and then I'll do this instead and I'll schedule that for later. But nothing will stop you when you really want to do something. And when you manifest something, you are creating your future. You creating your future and your path. So if something you don't like to do is going to be a major part of your future, then you're probably going to be miserable. And that's what's blocking it, because deep down inside, you don't want a miserable life. So pick something that you're going to love, passionate about. Also, when a lot of people like to light candles and manifest and write petitions or do a manifestation journal or whatever. That's great. Do that at the same time as you're feeling great about whatever you're doing. Write all the things you're happy about, thankful for, manifest even more at the same time. Like, I know a lot of people do gratitude journals. Same in the same sentence, manifest right after you show your gratitude in your gratitude journal or whatever. You do one of those. Same sentence, because it's the frequency that you want. Okay. So, thank you. If you try something over 8 times and still feel passion for it, do you still pursue? Okay, if you failed at something over and over and over, it's time to try a new approach. Try a different approach. To just be trying the wrong approach. There are several approaches to one thing. You know, if you keep doing the same exact thing over and over, try a different approach. You know, don't try the same exact thing. Try something a little bit different that are going to lead to the same result that you are looking for. You know, go through a different avenue. Uh, because when you fail in science, you have to go through a different avenue. You have to try a different, you know, formula or, experiment. You got to change something. Hmm. Hmm. Can you give an example sentence for manifesting innate gratitude journal? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I am great. Like, let's say you're grateful for, abundance. Okay. I got a paycheck. I'm abundant because I get paid. Thank you for, me having abundance or income at this time. So, how you would manifest in that sentence is thank you for always having abundance in income at all times, period. So, it's one and the same. It's manifesting and being grateful, and that vibration is very high because you have the income, you're thankful for the income, and you're also manifesting more always and forever. Okay. Don't wait till you don't, have that same good frequency. Do it all at the same time. It's like multi-dimensional manifesting and gratitude all at once. Mm-hmm. Mm, whatever gets your mind and your frequency on a high frequency and keeps it there, that's when you need to manifest. And it needs to feel normal. Like it needs to feel normal. You can't be high and then go low. You need to maintain a normal frequency so that you are constantly manifesting. So if you only manifest when you're super low or super, excited about something, you got to keep that in order to keep that frequency in order to receive. So I always say, manifest when you are just on a frequency of, being grateful, da da da, just every day, same regular old frequency, and keep that frequency throughout the day. That's why I say, oh, be thankful for everything you have. If you keep a thankful or gratitude frequency, and you manifest like I gave you an example, thank you for or I am grateful for always receiving income. I'm I am thankful for always receiving income. I am thankful for always receiving income. You know, that's a normal frequency. And so that's what you're going to attract. But if you walk around, after you lose a job or after a pay cut or, after you get a lower paying job and I want to make more money, that means you're at a low point from where you are. And that's the frequency you're sending out at the low point. So you're going to manifest always wanting to make more money. You see, because the words are important. I want to make more money. I'm manifesting making more money. So that means if you're going to make more money and you're feeling lack, that means you're going to be in lack when you are making more money, period. So don't manifest when you get low. Manifest when you're right where you want to be, because you're going to take it up a level once you're manifested, once your manifestation comes into fruition. Thank you, Melanie. You're grateful. You're manifesting. I lack no good thing. That's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Melanie. Appreciate that. And I also think, like, because it's a lifestyle. A lot of, if you notice, a lot of people who are able to manifest or have the lifestyle that they like, they're constantly improving it. They're never standing still and being satisfied. A lot of people don't realize or understand this part of it. If you're never still or satisfied with what you have, you will always be manifesting better. To be satisfied and still with what you have is to stay stuck, because people should always be improving no matter what, whether it be health, knowledge, you know, your ability to create income or whatever. It should always be improving. You should never stay the same. Never. Um, yes, enjoy what you have. Be thankful for what you have, but never just, okay, this is good enough. Okay. Never think something is good enough. Always want to improve upon it. Always want to create more, add to, or whatever. A lot of people feel that that's exhausting. No, it's not, because that's what you want for your kids, right? It's not exhausting. That's what you want your kids to do. If you have kids, I want them to become better each day. I want them to live their life to the fullest. I want them to be the best they can be every day, right? So that's what you should want for yourself too. How do you keep a high frequency? The frequency that you are always on needs to be the frequency of always attracting what you want. So stay in a frequency that brings you what you are manifesting. Stay always having gratitude, being thankful. I say thank you to a lot of people every day. Stay focused and on a path in which is going to lead to what you are manifesting. Don't get off the path. You're manifesting whatever. Don't be on an opposite path that's not going to lead you to it. Stay on that path. You stay on that frequency. Stay learning about whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Stay looking at whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Stay focused on whatever you're trying to manifest. Whoever has what you desire, stay watching them to see what they're doing, so that you can, stay focused on whatever you're manifesting every day, all day. It's that easy. You don't have to stay on a high level. You just have to stay focused on what it is that you have to walk, talk, whatever you're manifesting. So, always thinking about it. It should cross your mind several times a day. You should do some type of research or learn a little bit more about whatever it is you're trying to get closer to each day. Each day, do something towards it, and you'll be there. So, I watch people. I have watched so many people live that way through social media, and I see them build and build more and more and more, because every day they're focused on that thing. Social media is a great place to do that. You can do an Instagram, a Pinterest board, a YouTube channel, or whatever, to stay in your, frequency. Because I feel like if I did not do social media or YouTube, I could fall off of my frequency and what I'm trying to manifest, because I'm not continuously focused on it and going in a direction. So you need something to pour yourself into, that is going to lead you to that manifestation, whether it be social media, a journal, research, whatever. hmm Um, best tips for reprogramming the subconscious mind. I think it's easier to reprogram your mind if you stay focused on whatever it is you desire, but not as a desire, as a destination. See, a desire is always wanting, which is lack. A destination is a plan, and you can see it, and you're headed in the direction. And so always create a destination to what you're trying to do. And understand that if you're programmed, how many people have gotten to that destination in which you are trying to get who are under the same program of thinking? Not many. So you're going to start to think different in order to get to that destination. Okay. If the people who are programmed seldom make it to that destination, then you have to replace certain thoughts with new thoughts of people, new thoughts that people have who have reached that destination. So always find someone as an example who have reached that destination and listen to them, learn from them, observe them, see how they think, learn how they think, get into their mind. Sometimes you need help in an example by looking at other people who have done what you're trying to do. It's not all going to, be done in like this. You have to reprogram yourself by looking at an example. So you don't have to be in contact with the person. You can just observe them. How to detach from my desires so that they can come into fruition. You don't have desires. You have a destination. Okay. Just like when you type in the address in Google Maps or whatever, you have a destination. That's not a desire. That is a destination. As long as you follow them directions and turn left and turn right, you're going to get there. If I say I want to go to this place and I just start driving with no directions, where am I going to end up? I ain't going to end up at that place. So I desire to get there, but doesn't mean that I'm going to get there. If I don't know how to get there, if I don't even have the destination or the location of the destination, I don't know. Have the location in mind first. I want to get to this place. How do I get to this place? Or how do I manifest this thing? Okay, well, most people that go to that place, what do they do first? They get information. Oh, send me out a brochure to Disney World, to send me out some vacation packages. They do their research. Then they decide which path they want to take. Okay, do I want to drive this? Do I want to drive? Do I want to fly? Do I want to get on a boat? I don't know. Pick one. Okay, after they do that, what do they got to do? Secure the tickets. So there's levels to it. You can't just manifest it and then not do the levels. There's levels. So however someone else got there, you're going to have to take those similar steps. Right. Importance of spiritual ambition. It should be natural. You shouldn't have to force anything. That's why I don't like terms and labels, because now it seems, oh, this is just something else to do on my list. And it's not a passion. It's, oh, I have to check this off. No, I don't like that. If it's not natural, don't worry about it. If it doesn't come out of you naturally, don't worry about it. Okay. Spiritual ambition does not have to be what you think it is. Anything that raises your frequency is spiritual. So if music lifts your frequency, that's spiritual to you. If drawing and painting lifts your vibrations and frequency, that's spiritual to you. So That's what you need to focus on. It's not anything in particular. It's what raises your frequency and makes you passionate and on a higher level and the better version of yourself when you're doing the thing. That's spiritual. How you stay motivated to create. Like I said, you gotta want it. I'm live. So you gotta stay on that same. Don't close the door when you leave it because it'll mess up the internet. Kanye West lyric. Before I had it, I closed my eyes and imagined the good life. Right. So, and here's the thing: like, if you can't stay motivated, that's not your passion. If you can't create, it's not time to create. You can't force yourself to create when you're not feeling creative. You gotta be inspired. Inspire yourself. That's how I stay motivated. If I have no motivation to do something, I look at things, I find videos, pictures, examples of things that inspire me. I need to be inspired. I can't just get up and do something if I'm not inspired. If I don't feel like getting up and putting on clothes and doing hair and makeup, I go right to Pinterest or Instagram and I start looking at other people and like, ooh, I look bad. Let me get some inspiration. Ooh, oh, I like that. Let me try my makeup like this today. Oh, that's a cute hair style. I'm gonna try that today. Oh, that's a cute outfit. I got something like that in my closet. Before you know it, you dress better than the person on there. Inspire yourself by looking at other people who are where you want to be, period. So you can't always be in creative mode or you'll never rest. But you can become inspired by taking the right steps to inspire yourself. How do I inspire? How do I define the universe? One part of the omniverse. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or the multiverse. One part of the omni or multiverse. Because there's several universe inside of the multiverse. Okay. Jim Carrey wrote a $3 million check to himself, and every night after work, he drove to Mulholland Drive and imagined that his life would be like. A year later, he got $3 million for a movie role. Wow. See? I've heard that story before. Yeah, that was cool. Okay. I love plants. I will manifest building my greenhouse. I can see it in my backyard. Yes. Get what you want by living in the way you want. That's right. Or since everything is kind of online, you can, look, you can go window shopping online. If you want to build a greenhouse, go to Amazon or whatever website you're going to look at greenhouses or tools to create greenhouses or whatever. And you get the prices in your head, your mind will start calculating it for you. And then, things will start moving here because you're thinking about it. And, you looked up whatever online and then y'all know how the advertisers are spying. Then they might send you an ad for a cheaper version or a different version. And you're like, oh, I can afford that. Or let me try that. So it just one thing leads to the next, but you have to start. You've been doing all that, see? So you'll probably have it soon. Manifesting relationship is a waste of energy since it won't come until it's meant to. No, that's not true because it comes when you are ready. If you sit in your house and don't leave your house and be a hermit, how's the relationship going to come to you? Do you think the pizza man gonna knock on your door and fall in love? Do you really want the pizza man? Okay, no, you got to get out there, put yourself out there, vibrate on a frequency that you're trying to manifest this type of partner, and whoever else is trying to manifest a partner like you, those frequencies are going to sync up and draw each other to each other. So you got to get out there and this is what I want. Have it already in your mind. This is what that type of partner I want. Don't mess with nothing else. If you want someone responsible, you know, with a good career, respectful, don't hang out where those type of people are not found in abundance. Okay, don't go back to the ex that was not like that. Don't deal with someone who's showing those signs. Walk away and keep moving on the path that you want to be on towards the destination you're trying to get. That's the problem with a lot of people. They just play Russian roulette with relationships instead of having the standards and staying on that path. Well, maybe this one will work out. No, because he's just like the other one. So how is it going to happen? So, it comes when you're ready. It comes when your mind is right and you know what you want. Because that person who you're attracting is not going to want you if you're not what they're attracting. Okay? Think about it. You can have someone who likes this person, but do they like you? Do they like your type? So you also have to consider the destination. You're not going to plan a tropical vacation and bring a fur coat, right? You got to be appropriate for that destination. Okay. What about healing to not manifest negatively out of emotion? Um, you have to be able to control your emotion, which means controlling your thoughts. Practice controlling your thoughts. Whenever negativity starts to creep in, stop thinking that thought and switch it to a positive thought instead. And once you do this several times, it will become a habit and it will become normal to think positive. So you just have to train yourself. Every time a negative thought seeps in, stop right in the middle, flip it to a positive thought. It doesn't even matter what the thought is, just flip it into a positive one. That way eventually you won't even start to think the negative thought because you're just going to have to stop and flip it anyway. So you just avoid it, period. And you won't do that anymore. I did that. That's how I stopped thinking negative. I stopped my thought right in the middle and flipped it to something positive. Like if I were going to think, oh, that's never going to work, or, I would change it to, oh, that might work. Let's just see, or, oh, I can't do that. I'll never do that. I was like, what if I do it? You know, can you imagine what everybody would say? Then you start to feel and vibrate on a higher. Then you start to imagine, and that motivates you. Oh my God, I got to do it. Look at her face. Look at his face. In my imagination, wow. Ooh, I know they'll be mad. I'm gonna do it just to make them mad. So you imagine the outcome or the destination, the positive, not the negative. Stop yourself right in the middle and flip it. Don't even finish your thought. And when you're tired of interrupting yourself, you won't do it anymore. I know a lot of people hate getting interrupted. You're going to hate interrupting yourself because it's almost like a slap on the wrist. Like, nope. So just stop yourself right in the middle and then flip it. Do I think arguing is a waste of time? Yeah, because it is. You can't change someone's mind. They have to change their own mind. The more they argue, the more they're competing with you and want to be right. Say what you got to say and let them ponder on it. If what you're saying is correct or a good idea, they'll probably come to that conclusion as well. Or go do what you're going to do anyway without their approval or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's your life. So how can you manifest a loved one out of mental illness? They have to want to manifest themselves out of mental illness. It's hard to manifest for or on behalf of other people because they might not be wanting the same thing. So you can't manifest someone to do something if they're not on the same frequency of wanting to do something. Hmm. Unless y'all can get on the same accord and the same frequency, and you can have them manifest with you, then that might help and it might work. You'll have a better result. Mm, it's better to manifest with like-minded people as well. Like, that's why when families manifest together, it's more powerful. Like if y'all want to go like on a family vacation or buy a home or whatever, and the family gets together and they're all excited about where they're going or the home they're getting or whatever, that's going to come into fruition faster because you have four, three, two, however in your family on the same frequency. So it's like having a stronger Wi-Fi. You know how when you get on your phone, there's those little arcs and seeing how much Wi-Fi you have versus one, you got four. You got full Wi-Fi, three, four, So it's kind of like that. Um, so try to manifest with someone who wants the same thing for faster results or stronger results. Hmm. You're so positive, people get sick of me. Well, don't talk about it. Just think about it. Sometimes people do get sick of positive people because it's like, shut up. Yeah, dark energy, same thing. That's how you go into your imagination, go into your mind in the darkness as the universe. So to talk about things a lot is to push your information and ideas on other people when they should just learn from example. So you don't always have to express how positive and great you are. Just because you're a positive person doesn't mean you're always cheerful and happy either. It just means you have a way of thinking not to sabotage yourself. So you just because you're positive doesn't mean that you're extra chipper and smiling all the time. So just keep that in mind too. It's just you don't think negative about anything you're trying to accomplish. What if you feel that you are being prepared for something great, however, your spirit guides are not telling you? Okay. Um, tell yourself. Tell yourself. If you feel it, then why you gotta wait on other things? Okay. If you feel it, then feel it. You think Michael Jackson was waiting on his spirit guides? Am I supposed to be the king of pop? I feel it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? No, he just said I feel it. And so I'm gonna do it. Period. Don't wait, just do it. If you feel it, that's enough. You got to wait on those spirits. Just do it. Maybe they waiting on you. When is she gonna realize? I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Whatever it is, it's not gonna be revealed until you're already doing it. I'll just put it that way. You don't get the answer. That's too easy. You get the answer when you're doing it already, period. You get a feeling of fulfillment and fullness when you are doing it. That's how you know. Because if someone tells you you're supposed to do something and things, you're going to have more anxiety around it, you're going to be like, I'm supposed to be this, but you're not going to put it's sometimes it's best if you don't know and you end up there anyway. Sometimes it's best to realize it when you're already doing it. Hmm. I'm sure Michael Jackson didn't know he was the best or the king of pop until he was doing the moonwalk or whatever on stage, and then everybody started screaming and standing up, and he didn't know he was just feeling it and he was doing it, and that's when everybody else saw it. So you just have to do it, and everybody will tell you, "Ooh, that's what you need to be doing. That's your purpose. You got that. Yes, you are great at this," and you will feel the same thing. Hmm. Your scripting technique for manifestation in this room has changed my life. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Nelsie. Nelsie. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yeah, there are several ways to manifest because there's several ways to think, and there are several ways to approach anything. You just got to find which one works for you, or you try all of them. Do it all. That's what I do. Can you block your manifestation by telling people? I don't tell people till it's done. You know, or till it's halfway done, or right in the middle, or right about to be done. Because what's the point? Thank you, LJ. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do I deal with a negative mother family and still vibrate in love while trying to manifest? Stay away from negative people. Don't talk about whatever you're trying to manifest with them. And, you know, find like minded people if you need to talk to someone. Like, um, thank you, Sprinkle, sprinkle. So don't talk to them about it. Change the subject to something that will distract them. And if you tell other people what you're manifesting, if they're not manifesting the same thing on the same path, if you can't learn from them and they can't learn from you, it's useless to tell them. You know. So I really wouldn't bother telling people that's not on my same path and trying to do the same things because they can't offer me any solutions. They can't offer me any advice. All they can do is be negative towards it. So why even tell them? Tell them after you do it. Hmm. Um, how can a person that thinks too deep not block themselves? Only think deep about things that require deep thought. If you're thinking deep about something that doesn't require deep thought and you're not getting paid to do it, then stop. You're wasting time and energy. I get paid to deep think on certain subjects. I don't get paid to deep think on a straw or walk into the mailbox or if a candle is burning evenly. I don't get paid to think like that. But if it's important and it requires deep thinking, then that's when you use the deep thoughts. If not, you're wasting energy. Think of it as like your phone. You have photos, apps that are, sucking up all the memory. Or you leave your phone on and the screen doesn't shut off and it's taking up all this energy when you don't need to be doing that. You click low energy mode or you delete some of the photos. Just focus on something else. If you're going to deep think about something that matters. Solve a problem. Figure out how to make more money if you're going to sit in deep thought about something. Okay? That's what I'd be doing. Like if I'm going to sit there and be in deep thought about something, it's going to be how to get more money, how to improve something I'm already doing, ABCD. It's not going to be about something that does not benefit me whatsoever. Hmm. Thank you, Cryptonomics, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I appreciate that. Y'all, okay, so should I be shutting down the thinking side of my brain when I'm meditating? Um, Here's the thing. When you meditate, what are you trying to accomplish? Do you have a goal? Are you just clearing your mind or just sitting still without external stimulation? What's your goal? Are you meditating to figure out something? Are you meditating to just not be stimulated by outside things? Well, maybe your thoughts are what need to happen in your mind. because you're not being stimulated from other things. And so now the stuff that you need to solve is coming out. Once you get rid of all the things and have solved it mentally and there's nothing else coming out, then you can go to a deeper meditative state, and then things that are, wanting to give you insight are going to be able to come in. Until then, all the stuff that is bothering you has to get out of the way. And so the other stuff has room to come in, because, you got to solve that first and then allow whatever else is trying to come in, come in. Thank you, Karen Sprinkle Sprinkle. I appreciate that. So sit with yourself a little while, answer your own questions, think your own thoughts. And when all that is done and fizzles out, now you have insight coming in. Yes. What can speed up the manifestation rather than slow it down? By living and walking in it daily on the path that you're going to get to it faster. Reading books about whatever you're trying to accomplish, hanging around people that have already accomplished it, learning things to get you closer to it. Watching videos that have to do with whatever you're manifesting. Get on a path, get on a frequency. That's how. Not the opposite, Align yourself directly with it. Like, okay, I'm going to read an ebook on that. I'm going to watch this video of somebody that already has what I am manifesting. I'm going to hang around people that have it. I'm going to, imagine me having it, stay on that. That's it. Make plans to what you're going to do after you get it. Oh, when I get that thing that I manifested, this is the first person I'm going to tell. This is what I'm going to go do after, how to celebrate it, A, B, C, and D. So align yourself with it and people that have gotten their information that will help get you there, and so forth and so on. That's how you speed it up. What about healing childhood trauma to get it out of your frequency? People that while you hold grudges, traumas, you're going to automatically manifest the same thing. I don't hold grudges or trauma. And if you do, ask yourself what you can do to change it. When the answer is nothing, the only thing that's going to change it is to move forward and actually either forgive or dismiss. I don't like saying forget because nobody forgets. Dismiss. Either forgive or dismiss. Either forgive or stop caring. Think about all those people that go into the army, into go into army or whatever, or some type of training. They don't sit there and think about every single time they shot a bullet, or every time they got shot at, or every time somebody, didn't warn them or betrayed them, or they just say, oh, that's life, or that's part of being in the military. Or, the sergeant or my drill sergeant cussed me out 82,000 times, but I don't care. It made me who I am today. So you either have to dismiss it or forgive. Dismissing something means you don't care anymore. I'm done. Like I'm done thinking about that. I would rather think about what I'm going to be doing in the future. So either you have to dismiss it, because if you sit there and talk about it, all you're doing is taking a pencil, pushing it in the wound, and stirring it up. That's all you're doing. Okay. So you can pick. It's up to you. Okay. And so people in America are so spoiled. Think about what the third world country children suffer on a daily basis. You know, so sometimes, sometimes people just thankful to be alive, just to be here. I made it. They're it's kind of like they're happy to be alive. They're happy to be here. And so a lot of those things that may have happened to them in their childhood don't seem as important. Oh, that happened to me, but I'm still here. All my friends didn't make it. So just think of it like that. Always try to find the best possible way to think so that you can either move forward into what you're manifesting instead of staying stuck in something you cannot change. When you stay stuck in stuff that you cannot change and relive it over and over in your mind or feel a certain way, you're attracting the same type of frequency and the same type of things. So that's something you don't want to do. hmm You feel high right now, like you're levitating. Wow, that's cool. Thank you. Once I sit still, I feel like I'm floating. Oh my God, the energy is wild. Yeah. Um, right. What can we really manifest anything? How is it possible? It's scientifically possible, actually. But like I said, you got to be on that same frequency. A man wants to become a real biological woman. He can't do that physically, or if you want to give life to a dead person, you can't. Yes, you can. You can die and reincarnate and come straight through a body that's on the verge of life and death and be reincarnated and cycled. Y'all are like, if y'all say it's impossible, there are always ways. Just like when you see the genie in the bottle scenario, when you make a wish and you're not specific, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It can get done, but maybe not to your understanding or to the way that you thought it would be done, but it can get done. So if you were born in a male body and you want to come back as a female, when you die, come back as a female. You're still the same soul. Thank you, Cryptonomics Sprinkle Sprinkle. Appreciate that. Sprinkle Sprinkle to me. Okay. Um, I'm just saying. If you don't want to do it surgically, do it spiritually. There you go. Didn't say it was gonna happen this lifetime. Okay. Manifestations and possibilities do not have timestamps. Okay. When you die, your frequency follows you as well, and your soul. So after you change, transition from a physical body to a spiritual body, your frequency, if it really wants to be a woman, when it reincarnates, it's gonna find a body that's a woman. hmm But until then, you have other options. Here you go. How to break the system that traps us. Realize you're not trapped. Freedom is within. Oprah said we can accomplish anything long as we don't care who does it. Right. That's true. hmm Basically, all things are possible, but not in linear time. Depending on how well you thought it out and the destination you chose. Yes. Like Jay Z said, Mansa Musa reincarnated. I'm on a Billy, 1,000 Billy. Mansa Musa was someone who's no longer alive, but he's still continuing to get that money. So he's going to be the richest man in the world, period. He's on that goal. He's on that destination path. So, and this is how the ancients used to think. They didn't think in one lifetime. Ancients did not think or make goals for one lifetime. They made goals for several lifetimes. This is why they took their memories with them and they reincarnated and continued to where they left off, or they continued on the same path as where, their former self left off. So we're thinking too small when, these great occultists and people that are very, spiritual are thinking several lifetimes in advance. So if you're just manifesting for this lifetime, you need to have a path and a destination that you can definitely get to in this lifetime. Thank you, Alina. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. How do you inspire your man to listen to you better? Thank you. You stop talking, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You stop talking. Only talk when you have something important to say. And use less words. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Nari. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Auntie Sheila. Hey, how you doing? If you're talking, thank you, Nara. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Nara. If you're talking and talking and talking and talking and you don't get to the point, or you talk a lot, sometimes people don't listen. And you don't talk a lot. When you talk, people listen. So less words. When you say something, make sure it's straight to the point. And you're not talking about this, and that. And then in the middle, you stick the important thing and then da da da. Because they're not listening after 5 minutes, period. Right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. They're tolerating, but not listening. So say the important thing first and speak for few words. It's like those emails they send you from your kids' school. They're like this long and they're just trying to tell you one thing and you get mad because you got to read through all this junk. I hate those things. So get straight to the point and say it first. Do you think one can collectively manifest these 1%ers out of power? There's spend with small business, open your own business. That's how you can do it. Okay. Think about how it can be done, because you can't manifest something out of power if there's nothing that leads to them falling from power. So if you know what leads to them falling from power, you would understand, okay, people got to own their own business. People can't be dependent on this and that in order for them to lose power. So then you get on that path. Remember cause and effect, the law of cause and effect. How can a person manifest peace that they don't have? How to envision something you don't know how it feels to have. Thank you. If you don't know how it feels to have peace, look at someone peaceful. Study someone peaceful. Ask someone at peace how it feels to be at peace. Okay. I'll tell you how it feels to be at peace. Relaxing. You can breathe. It's like you're free. You don't have to be happy or sad because you're at peace and you're at joy and you don't need a high or a low. You just are. Okay. It's like when you don't have to pee versus when you got to pee real bad. Like that. Okay. Say I'm peaceful and stable. Watch a sloth or a cat. That's peaceful. Um, your cat crazy, man. When they're asleep. Watch them when they're asleep. That's peaceful. Primordial water. Try listening to 432 hertz. Okay, yeah. There's several things you could do, but if the thoughts are keeping you from thinking or being or feeling peaceful, then think peaceful thoughts instead. Replace them with peaceful thoughts. Everything in your life you create. So if you don't create it, it can't be there. If you want peace, create peace. You want peace, create peaceful thoughts, create a peaceful environment, create a peaceful ambiance. Get you some CBD oil, create a peaceful feeling. Hmm. My cat be rolling off the bed. That's funny. Okay, so manifesting techniques, they work different for different people. So you have to just keep doing things until you find your best way. Hmm. Can I talk about the old golden age coming in? Yeah. I mean, that's all too much code to kind of put into this because y'all know all that stuff is just code and it's always the same stuff that I talk about. So I'm just trying to teach people how to manifest in the golden age. Most people can manifest with more ease and better results because everything is on a higher frequency. Okay. Everybody's more positive, more aware, more knowledgeable of things, more awake. So things are better. Thank you, Cryptonomics. Manifest, y'all. That's why money mama say money saw money mama saw. What? Thank you, Kamaya. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Aw. That was a generous donation too. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Thank you, Cryptonomics. So, golden age comes back around again. Yes. It's a circle. Thank you, Natasha. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Ooh, that was nice. Girl, thank you. That was nice. So golden age falls and rises. We're about to enter the golden age once again, yes. Golden age will be considered like the Renaissance era when you had like all these advanced things and knowledge coming in and inventions and thinking, a lot of peace, just stuff like that. So answers to questions, advancements, and all sorts of technology, medical, whatever. It's just an advance on what we have now. Coming out of the Stone Age into the Bronze Age, the invention of the wheel, this, and that. So Golden Age would be like that really, you know, stage people want to stay in, but they always seem to fall. Hmm. What do you think proposes a golden age to begin? Human awareness, waking up, asking the right questions. Uh, Definitely going against something that's holding you down. So, can you manifest your partner to be more of a gentleman? Mm-hmm. You can manifest it, but you also have to treat him a certain way, like you expect him to be a gentleman. You gotta, you know, let him open the door for you. Don't walk through the door unless he come back and open it. Stay there like a fool until another man comes and opens it for you. You gotta teach him. Okay. Yeah. Uh, you gotta be a lady in order for your man to be a gentleman. Okay. That's also right. Facts. Hmm. So we create our own version of reality by our thoughts. So every thought that we have leads to an action, which leads to an event, which leads to an experience, which lead to um, whatever happens to us, which leads to our past, which leads to our next decision, and so on and so forth. So we are creating everything that we do just by what we watch, how we eat, which direction we drive, who we choose to hang around. So it's not as if you're creating it by, being in a room and thinking about it. It's with every step, word, frequency, thought, vibration, person you come in contact with. That's how you create it. If we thought about creation on that level, we would not surround ourselves with certain types of people. We would not think certain thoughts. We would not eat certain foods. We wouldn't. And people don't realize this is how you create your reality by every single little choice and decision you make. Every thought you think is you creating your world. So if you live like that, each choice you decide to make will depend on the world you create. So, or the world you create will depend on each choice you make. So you're going to make better decisions. Of course, when you're young and just having fun, you're not thinking like that. But as you get older and start contemplating, well, I want to create my reality, then you start to make better decisions. Hmm. Thoughts are real, definitely. Thoughts are a vibration and a frequency, and as soon as you think them, they're sent out to the universe. Hmm. Now, just replace whatever you don't want with what you do want. If you think negative, replace it with a positive thought. Right in the middle of the thought, stop it and replace it with a positive thought. That's just how easy it is. Yeah, butterfly thing, exactly. So, mhm, the Big Bang was like the first thought, right? Exactly. If the Big Bang was a thought and a super being, and the universe resulted of one thought and created all this, then yes, your thoughts do create your reality. Hmm. You don't have to be happy to manifest correctly. You just have to be on the frequency that is on the thing you want to manifest. And that's it. You want to manifest money, be making money, be counting money, be somebody handing you some money while you manifesting more money. Be in the frequency of what you want. Okay. Manifest when it's happening. Manifest while you're doing something that you're trying to manifest on a larger scale. Mhm. I see it, but she always comes to me many. What? Hmm. All right. So get all the complications out of the way and use don't use the Western way of doing stuff after it's too late or when you need it. Do it while you got it. People don't save money when they need to save money or when they need money. They save it when they got it. You know what I'm saying? Think about it like that. You don't go and start to try to collect pennies to start saving when you don't have any money. You save when you got money. Think of it like that. Manifest when you got it. Manifest when you're, you know, having a great experience in which you want to manifest more of. That's how you manifest. Everybody try to do it too late, too little, too late. And that's why they're messed up. Okay. There's a saying that a lot of wealthy people say, work like you don't have no money, especially when you do. When you're rich, people always say they work like they don't have money. Because if you continue to work and work and work and work, you're manifesting to always have work to do. And if you're always having work to do, that means you're always having money coming in. And if you always have money coming in, that means you will always be rich. And if you're always rich, that means you will always have money. Okay, so most people who work and they enjoy what they do, it's not even really working. So just make sure that you're using that type of thinking when you're manifesting that. Don't do it after the fact. Don't do it when you need it. That's like a slap in the face. That's like one of those friends that only call you when they need something. You think the universe likes that? That's what many people are doing. Hmm. Hmm. Sometimes if you don't manifest what you think you want because it's not what you feel and need. That's right. So, mhm, are some people meant to be alone? If they want to be, baby, y'all are understanding. If you want to be alone, then you're going to be alone. What do you want? Okay. So, you don't ask questions that you don't like the answers to. You create the results that you want by manifesting and walking towards them. You see, you're depending on something else to decide your life for you instead of creating the life you desire. So, for you to ask me that question, what if I said, yes, you're meant to be alone? Are you going to accept that? Or are you going to start walking the path of, sure, Star Goddess said I'm supposed to be alone, so I'm meant to be alone? That's the reality you're going to live. If I tell you you are meant to be whatever you choose to be, then what you gonna do? See? So it's whatever you want. So you choose. Mhm. Do you think you can manifest winning the lottery jackpot? I think people have before. But you got to be on the frequency. When you win a little scratch off, manifest the big lottery. When you win the regular, 500 lottery from a ticket or whatever, manifest the big one. When you feel in the win, you got to win something before you manifest winning something bigger. You see? If you win anything, a giveaway, whatever, manifest it then. Start somewhere. There you go. Mhm. So you cannot manifest what you don't believe. That's right. You got to feel it and believe it. Um, yeah, I'll keep the live up. Sorry, y'all. So thank you, lovingly. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Spell work is for you spelling love. Thank you guys. Oh, thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate it. Why do we only think to manifest things that do not last? What happened to working together to make this world a better place? Um, Man in the mirror. You got to become a better person individually, and then you'll have a bunch of people that are good people individually. You know, if you take a bunch of bad kids and put them in the same class, your class gonna be bad. It ain't gonna be good. The teacher gonna quit the same day. You take a bunch of good kids and put them in the same class. The teacher's gonna be like, "Oh, this is the best job I've ever had." But those children had to be good on their own. They had to discipline themselves. So you mix a world up with bad kids and good kids, then what? The good kids have to outshine the bad kids in order for the bad kids to want to be the good kids. So be a shining example of what you want the world to be. There you go. Mhm. Sometimes the bad kids be having fun and you don't have any fun. So you got to realize it's not about good or bad. Sometimes you won't know what good is unless you see what bad is. Okay. What is with all the female misculture being glorified? Megan ratchets that are cryptonomics. Until men don't like that, it's going to be around, period. Until men do not like it, it will stay around. That's all I got to say. Until men don't like it, it's going to be here. So I don't know. Let's think about it. They could dress like me, collars up to here, prim and properly. But if somebody else come on the screen twerking, what is the man gonna do? He's gonna take his eyes off of this collar and put it on that crack. And that's just that. Okay. So until men stop looking at it, it's gonna be what it is. You say you don't like it, then don't look at it. Somebody like it because I see all them views. Somebody likes it. I'm blaming me. I'm not blaming anybody. If you like it, you're gonna watch it. You know, even if you don't like it, if your attention is going to it, you watched it, didn't you? Did you watch it? All right, then. If you watched it, you supported it. If you supported it, you put money towards it. You put money towards something. People say, "Oh, this is good business, so let's do it again." Whether you like it or not, you put your attention to it, just like manifesting. If you didn't like it, then don't even watch it. If you don't want to see what they had to offer, you shouldn't have watched it. But if you watch it, it's the same as manifesting a negative thought. Like, okay, I heard it was terrible. Let me go watch it. Y'all shouldn't be doing that. Let me watch it again. Shame on y'all. Let me watch it again. Wait a minute, hold on. What part? I didn't see that part. Let me watch it again. And so before you know it, it has like 125 million views, making a bunch of money. Yeah, up in the algorithm, and now everybody has seen it several times, but are complaining that they don't like it. Then don't watch it. If an artist comes on that you don't like, you're not gonna watch their video. I don't like that group, and you will never click on it. It's not the artist. It's you like the human body. What are some things that you manifested and how? Everything. I manifested everything because I had a clear plan, or I had a destination, or I had a focus. I just kept going until I got it, and then made new ones and kept going. You know, mhm. And it's not the fact that you don't like what they're doing; it's the fact that you don't like them putting it out there on a grand scale and exploiting themselves. Because if it were in private with one-on-one, you would love it. But since it's being publicized, you don't like it. Right. Thank you. It's just like when you before you get a girlfriend and she got on, that makeup and tight clothes, a short skirt, and then when you claim her for yourself, oh, you can't wear that. Oh, you shouldn't do that. It's the same thing. Thank you, Cryptonomics. I don't watch that BS, but something got to be said for the females who act like that, because not all women do, and not all men like that you do. Exactly. Like, that's true. And if you don't present yourself like that, you won't be treated like that. You think someone is going to come and treat me as if I do the splits and twerk in water? No, they're not, because of how I present myself. But if someone presents themselves similar to someone who does those things, they might think that they might also do those things. So how you present yourself is how people will determine how to treat you, right? So however you want to be treated, that's how you present yourself. They want to be treated like that, that's how they present themselves. But they're entertainers. They know what sells. I mean, there you go. It doesn't bother me. I don't really care. I mean, you want to go see some twerking, you go to a strip club, they're everywhere. It doesn't bother me. If Cardi B existed, if Megan the Stallion did not exist, people would still be twerking. People will still be on a pole. People will still be on a corner. It's been that way since the beginning of time. So just because it's being more put in your face, you can choose what you click on and what you don't click on. Just like you can choose if you think negative or positive thoughts. That's your decision. You can look at it if you want. Do you think people in the Middle East are sitting there, in you think people are sitting outside of their mosque clicking on Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, watching them twerk? No, they're not. You said maybe. They might be. Never know. I saw it. I mean, I don't see any big deal about it. It's just like somebody twerking, basically. It's twerk, twerk doing the split. So anybody can do. You can see that in the strip club on any given day. They showed it to you for free. Okay. So, however, like, do you get mad because strippers strip? Go talk to the people that you can touch. Excuse me, man. Why are you on that pole? Because you know that's how they started out, both of them on the pole. I mean, that's all they know how to do, rap and strip. So what do you expect them to do? You don't want your child rapping and stripping. Give them love, attention, a stable environment, enough to do what they got to do. Teach them how to run a business. You know, that's what you can do. Okay. Thank you. And think about this. It's not gonna last forever. You think they're gonna be 50 years old, 60 years old twerking somewhere? No. I mean J Lo, she's 50, but she might she might be dancing till she's 60, but not on that same level. Uh, you gonna turn on the TV and see a 60-year-old twerking? They can't do that forever. They gotta find something else to do. Hold in line or something, some type of business venture or something. Okay, but look at Madonna. Ooh. But how did you feel about Cardi saying, "I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got this ring"? I don't. I felt like she was smart. That's what maids are for. At that level, she hire maids and stuff. So why not? Can you manifest yourself into someone's dream? Yeah. Yep. Like your thoughts. There's a process, but your thoughts are frequencies and vibration. So send them to the direction you want them to go. Hi, Darsha. Thank you, little mama. Bruja, sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you think 41-year-old woman can get a sugar daddy? I'm 41. You gotta get one. There's hope. Uh-huh. Mhm. I think there's hope. All right. Thank you. Yeah. This is my spiritual channel. So, what about our God? Who's your God? You said our. Which one? Which one do you worship? The one in the Bible? Baal, Baal. Amen Ra. Is that one? Mhm. Yeah. Which one? Universe, source energy, gods in the Bible. Which one? Because there's several. Don't close it all the way. Thank you. I've been dreaming about escaping a boat. Yeah. Earth is a boat. Isn't a isn't Baal a child sacrifice idol? Yeah, but child is code for something else. The youngest race on the planet. And sacrifice is not death. It's death of your identity. as a race. So it's basically mixing in. That's what they taught. That why do you think like all the stories in the Bible revolved about around marriage and uh, accepting the ways of these people? Every time there was some type of issue, it was accepting the ways and traditions of a different type of people or a sacrifice. I mean, you were sacrificing your own culture, your own identity into another race and culture. So, if you sacrificed yourself, or if a child was sacrificed to Baal, that means they mixed into a melanated race. So it doesn't have anything to do with the literal killing, unless someone stole the knowledge and didn't know how to interpret it and was trying to get some type of power and then took it literally and performed a literal sacrifice because they didn't know how to decode. That's where all of that stuff came from. Thank you, Galaxy 3. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. So if you don't know how to decode and you steal knowledge, and I always talk about that, you're going to do it wrong. You're going to misinterpret it. You're going to mess it up. You're going to end up doing some backward stuff, and defile yourselves. You defile a lot of things where you don't understand things. So I think that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. God is a tough, what? God is a thought, but something made creation and now you exist. Right. What about the story in the Bible when dude was supposed to kill his son, but he didn't? Mm-hmm. That was like, will you mix out of your race for me? Okay, let me see how far you're going to go. Will you give your son over to a different race? I want to see your dedication to me. You know how there's Christians and followers of Christ? Well, a Christian is the actual Christos, and a follower of Christ is not a Christos person or a melanated person. They just are dedicated and they are followers of them. They look different. That way they can maneuver in different situations, you know. So if you work for, like, let's just say if you worked for God and he didn't want you to look like the other people that had his DNA or fully had more DNA. He wants you to stay like this so you can work undercover. It's kind of like that. So that's why he didn't sacrifice his son, because he needed some followers. Okay. Mm-hmm. Um, do you have the power to manifest, influence other people's actions, like manifesting our man to do things for us? Yes, you do, by how you act. And that's for my other channel. By how you act. Remember, you have to be on the same frequency in order to get him to do something. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want him to take you out and do more stuff with you, look like he wants to take you, like look like the type of woman that he wants to take out and do stuff with. Some men are like, I don't want to be seen out public with you. Some men are like, I'm only with you until I get my money up, and so we ain't gonna be doing that. So, are you the type of woman he wants to go and do stuff for? Are you the type of woman he wants to give stuff to? Or are you just the for now woman? Because, that just because you his woman don't mean you the woman he really want. Period. You got to think about it. That's more for my other channel. You can't manifest somebody to want you when they just tolerating you for a second until they get to the next level. Got to be on the same frequency. If he, if he got rich, do he still want you? So think about it. We have to be realistic as well. We got to be realistic. We got to be real. I see so many different relationships where I know they don't want to be with each other, but they just have to out of circumstance. Hopefully, you're not one of those. Mhm. Mm. Start going out by yourself. And if he would like to join you, then he'll join you. Don't wait on him. Go. What you wait for? You want to go out? Go out. You want him to buy you stuff? Tell him to buy you stuff. How do I manifest when I'm constantly surrounded by low vibrational people I'm trying to bounce? Go in your room, close your door, go in the closet, go in the darkness, manifest what you want, and don't worry about them other people. You know what I'm saying? They should know your deepest, darkest manifestations. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Appearance is everything to a certain circumstance. How do you expand your mind without doing drugs? Read, learn, keep an open mind, listen to other people, continuously expand your knowledge, go within, eat right, all those things. Sorry. hmm You had a dream that you watched your son outside in a puddle of water, and my mother was next to me, clean water. Cool. Um, if you manifested your soulmate at your lowest, how do you reunite with them? Not answer that. That wasn't your soulmate. If you manifested them at your lowest, that means they get to your lowest again and remanifest them. How about that? Move backwards. Perhaps it wasn't your soulmate. hmm Anybody would have been your soulmate at your lowest, okay? Kermit the Frog would have been your soulmate at your lowest. Anybody who showed you any type of interest could have been your soulmate. So never take anything at your lowest. Okay. Can you manifest health for yourself? Yeah. Every day when you get up, do stuff that's healthy and stay on the path of manifesting even more healthier habits. Okay. If you're not going to act healthy, walk on a healthy path, eat healthy food, there's no point in manifesting health. Okay. Mhm. How does law of rhythm apply to health? Um, it's almost like if you eat something bad, you know you're going to have a bad effect. So pair it with something good and eat more of the something good than you ate bad. So if you're going to eat a piece of cake, eat a small piece of cake and a bunch of salad. Okay. Control the swing. Thank you, Sprinkles. Can you go over the scripting method again? Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Yes, write out what you want, read it, act like it's happening. Write your script on how you want your life to be and read it and feel it and imagine yourself in the part, in the role. It's that easy. Write your life. Thank you, Next Level ASMR. Shira, I have a judgmental family and I don't like my boyfriend because he's not the most attractive. How do I let go of caring what they think? Love you. Okay. You have a judgmental family and they don't like my boyfriend because he's ugly. How do I let go of caring what they think? You said, first of all, it's the ugly boyfriend paying them bills because you can ask them to pay your bills, and if they say no, then you would say, well, then don't be telling me he's ugly because he look his bank account cute. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Nari. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shira, my cousin has a heart disease. She's only 19 like me, but she don't trust doctors. Is it possible to reverse heart disease with veganism? Probably. Most likely, yes. If she eat too much fat, tell her to go vegan. Definitely. Tell him. He's sold. Yeah, his bank account cute though. Ooh, child, that's right. It's like, I don't care what people think. They ain't paying. They're not paying my bills. I don't care. Look, you ain't paying no bills. You see him over there? He is. Okay. Shoot. And I don't want no man that look better than me. Period. Okay. I like my men a little ugly, low key. Me too. You look better than me. We got a problem. Okay, I'm the woman. I'm the feminine one. I'm the attractive one. I'm the receiver. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, T. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What you all doing awake? I don't know. What time is it? I don't even look at the time anymore. Thank you, TK. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I can give spiritual advice to other, but it is difficult to see my path. What should I do? Seek my own spirit. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think if you continuously give spiritual advice to other people, sometimes they're going to have similar problems as you do. And sometimes just by listening to them as well and solving their problems, you solve your own problems at the same time. You see what you got to do. So as long as you're helping people, you'll be able to eventually see your path, especially if you're doing it on a consistent level. If you're helping people consistently, you're going to see your path because it will reveal themselves by helping others. That's actually in a book that I read called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. By helping others, you see what's blocking you. And sometimes the answers are coming out of you to help another person, but they're actually knowledge for yourself as well. And they're going to help you too. The knowledge that you're helping other people with is going to help you as well. So just continue to help others until you get the answer that you are seeking. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said people will hurt you as you help them. Well, I don't, that's another thing. You separate yourself from emotional attachment. You don't You help them with advice and information, and that's pretty much it. So help them with advice and knowledge, and that's it. Hmm. What do you do? What do I think of Azalea Banks and the spell she talked about publicly? I feel like it's coming back to her, especially since she showed the magic she was doing. Um, I really think that she's more of a distraction and is trying to stay relevant in a world where people forget about you if you don't have a hit album out, you know, or on any shows. You have to keep yourself relevant somehow. And so whatever she could do to grab that attention and keep your her name in your mouth after all these years of putting out a hit album, I think that's what she does, is to stay on a frequency of relevancy. So whatever attracts attention, whether it be negative or positive, is still attracting the attention. She's still manifesting attention. Thank you, T. Sprinkle Sprinkle. How do you manifest? This is new term for me, even though I have feeling that I might be doing this. It's manifestation, Shema Truth. It's similar to affirmation, except you're already feeling as if you have it because you are grateful for what you already have, and you're attracting more of it by saying, I'm thankful for always having income that comes in all the time. So while you're being thankful for having money and it coming in all the time, you're also manifesting it for it to continue coming in all the time. So it's kind of like you're setting it in motion to stay or get better and better instead of losing it or, not having it eventually, but that you will always continuously have it. Yeah. But just attention gets money no matter what it is. No matter what, negative or positive, you're going to get paid if you're getting attention. That's just it. Especially on social media. Um, you got to stay relevant somehow. Um, how to identify the signs that your manifestation are coming? When you first did it and the words you thought or spoke went out into the universe and you actually remember doing it, that's the sign. Okay. You don't need a sign, you just need to do it. That's how you got to think about it. You don't need a sign. The sign is that you did it. The sign is that you're on the right path doing things every day to get closer to it. That's the sign. Okay. Did you do something towards it today? That's the sign. If you did something towards it. Sometimes I'm afraid of envisioning things because I don't want to get my hopes up. If it doesn't happen, then how are you supposed to get your frequency up to manifest? That's like saying I don't save because I don't want to get my hopes up that I might one day reach enough money to buy the thing that I want. That's silly. That's dumb. That's backwards. You're afraid of success. I don't think about savings. I don't think about starting a savings account because I'm afraid I'm gonna save up one day and it not be enough to get what I want, but it'll be enough to continue adding to it until you can get what you want. Okay. You're limiting yourself, you putting chains on yourself, you know. So if you are afraid or you have low hope, then don't even manifest it in the first place. Do something that you have hope for. Start off with something you got hope for. Don't start off with something you have no hope for. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Then maybe when that manifestation comes true, it'll give you hope to manifest the thing that you thought you didn't have hope for. So manifest what you have. Like you don't start off by manifesting a mansion when you are homeless? Do you? No. You start by manifesting a place to live, a job, something to get you out of homelessness. You don't manifest a mansion from homelessness. There's no hope in that. Okay. So what do you manifest? Oh, I manifest some shelter for tonight. I manifest a job. I manifest an apartment. I manifest a house. I manifest a nicer house. I manifest a nicer house. I manifest a mansion, period. Okay. There's no hope from homeless to mansion, but there's hope from homeless to shelter, from shelter to job, from job to apartment, from apartment to house, from house to bigger house, from big house to mansion. Okay. So have hope and manifest what you have hope for until you have more hope for the next thing. Because there's no way, you know, you get to a point where you know you can do something and you still don't have the hope because you're afraid. Well, what if something bad happens? Or what if it doesn't maintain? Well, you're not manifesting and working towards maintaining it daily in order to manifest what you want. So a lot of people are afraid of upgrading their lifestyle. A lot of people live below their means. Okay. A lot of people live below their means because they're afraid of upgrading their lifestyle and then something happening. I mean, it's smart, but you could be living a lot better. So if you're stuck in that, then my suggestion is to manifest until you feel like it's not even an issue anymore. Like, you know how some people go and just pay cash, don't have to worry about it. If you're on that level and you have a fear of success or a fear of something might fall out from underneath you, manifest all that you can until it's no longer an issue anymore, and then go get it. Okay. But don't stop trying to upgrade. Always continue on the path. Hmm. Always continue on the path. Don't stop. Hmm. And some people do live above their means and are in debt. And that's why some people fear living on a certain uh, in a certain lifestyle because they see the people in debt and they say, "Oh, I don't want to be in debt." So they make sure they manifest enough to where debt is not even an issue. They just go put the cash, bam, instead of trying to get it under credit or live above their means, they just go get it in cash. So it works out better for them. But they never stop working towards it. They just work towards it in a different way. Okay. So don't be afraid. You don't have to always do something when people expect you to do it. You do it when you feel 100% about it. um, and we shouldn't live in other people's expectations either. You live in your own expectation. If your friend or your family member has this car or that house, you don't know, and you don't know how much in debt that they are. They might ask you for some money. So walk your own path. Don't compare your path to the next person's path, because I know people that live in better houses than me, drive nicer cars, but their bank account is sad and they have lots of credit card debt. And for what? You know? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna live how I want to live. And when I decide to do something, it's going to be just like I go to Walgreens or CVS and put stuff in my basket. That's how I like to buy stuff. Okay. I don't have to look at the price. I just look, yep, I want that one. When you go to the Dollar Tree and just throw stuff in your basket, that's how I want to buy when I buy. Okay. I don't like debt. I don't use credit cards. I just use the money I already got. 'Cause debt is terrible. It's like a prison. Um, yeah. So financial freedom. Yep. What you have defines you. You got debt. It's like a lot of people will see a big house and a nice car, but then some people will just see debt. Some people will see, a decent house and a nice car, and they'll see, oh, that's nice. They'll still see, oh, that's nice. They're not gonna see debt though, because if you are a alchemist, if you manifest things, if you understand the law of rhythm, the law of cause and effect, you're not going to be in debt, because when you do it right. Mhm. It's not how fast you get there, it's how you arrive. Mhm. Okay. Right. Do you arrive in debt, or do you arrive debt free? Do it right. Mhm. I just manifested a full salad but ordered a half size. Okay. Thank you, universe. Um, so y'all just keep on the path that you want to be on. Don't think things are impossible. Get to the first level so you can get to the next level and then the next level. You know, when you play a game, you can't go from level one to the last level. You got to go through all the other levels. Mhm. It don't define you with money or without money. No. You always feel like you're missing out when I'm not out of the house. How do I get over this feeling? Go out of the house. Get out. Get dressed up and go outside. Go do something. That's what I did. I got out of the house today. That's how I felt when I was young. And I was out all the time and I had fun. I think a lot of people feel like they're too, they're keeping themselves away from the world. I want to be seen. I want to be heard. I want people to know I exist. So they want to go out. Sometimes I don't know if I'm a powerful manifester or because of my good looks. Thank you. Moving forward, sprinkle, sprinkle. Which one do you think it is? Mhm. Manifest something without people having to look at you and see what happens. How to get over this feeling? Get out of the house, rose petal, and then come back home. Or find something to do in your house that makes you feel like you have a purpose or you're having fun or enjoying yourself. Like find some crafting projects or organize your closet or do something. Okay. What is speaking in tongues? Mama say, Mama say, Mama kusa. Actually, that's not tongues. Perhaps it's channeling an alien language or ancient language. Um, Everyone that I've seen talk in tongues is fake. They just be repeating what they heard the other old lady say in church. Okay. What time do you go to bed? When I get into bed and sleep? I don't have a bedtime. I'm old. I'm grown. What's your bedtime? I read that when Anunnaki speak, it sounds like sped up CD, a sped up CD. Let me think about that for a second, because that. There's something to that. So they would be on a faster frequency, so they would probably speak faster, definitely, which would sound like something being fast forwarded. I believe. I believe that. So would they sound like chipmunks, or is it a deeper voice? What do I think about plastic surgery? Do it if you want it. I don't know. It's like I think anybody who gets it and they want it, that's their decision. I don't care. Um, what do I think about the bomb over there in Lebanon? Probably planned. Hmm. Right. Definitely planned for thousands of years. It's in the Bible. You know, there's secret societies that are supposed to fulfill prophecy from the Bible, and they do. So there you go. It said they downloaded our language. They download our language, and it's too fast for us to understand. I don't know. I would expect them to be telepathic. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to decipher words. Put your thought in my head. There you go. Hmm. Yeah, cryptonomics. That's right. But if you read, I don't know what book that was, but it said they planned on leveling the cedars of Lebanon. Um, and that cedars are trees, and trees represent a people. So those are already planned for many, many centuries. Mhm. You should talk about sexual liberation after religious repression. I should. Um, I would. I wouldn't be unless I lived in a culture or a country where it was illegal to do certain things. I would not ever go by religion. So yeah. Unless I could die for it, I'm do what I want to do. Okay. So I don't think I was ever really repressed because I didn't grow up in a religious culture. Right. Sure. What are your thoughts on manifesting during love making or self pleasure? It's just your basically scientifically, it's just your frequency and your energy and your rising Kundalini energy. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And It's just a rising frequency. So it's taking your manifestation out into the universe. So hmm hmm what about the Psalm scripture? What about it? Did you decode it? If you didn't decode it, then you're probably living under some backwards laws. That's why until you understand religion and you can decode it, you shouldn't live under any type of religion unless you understand what it really means. If you're taking it literally, you shouldn't be doing that. Mhm. Have you listened to the song Tanash? Okay. Some questions are so ridiculous. What are your thoughts on the reset everybody's talking about? We already resetting. We're already resetting. If you think about it, everybody here's the future. Everybody's going to work from home, work for themselves, work online. Everybody's going to be free to create the life that they desire by their own ambition. No one is going to be there to push you in any direction. You have to push yourself. You know, you're not going to be there's not going to be any more formal training for anything. You will go towards your passions in life and what your talents and what you're really good at. And the reset is basically everybody having an equal chance to do what they got to do. hmm And that's how it's all going down. Nobody, all the old way is going away. And so nothing is going to go back to the way it used to be. Okay. So you're just going to thrive where you want to thrive. hmm No more rat race. So it's going to be like Atlantis? Depends. Everybody has their own choice. You know, when enough people start doing stuff, other people will follow, just like everything. Mhm. What does, I don't know. I had a dream you were living in a suitcase looking pod. Ooh. Where can I read about Atlanta? On the internet, in a book. I don't know, like, if anybody knows any books on Atlantis, put them out in the comments. So, yeah, if you're worried, you're not doing enough. If you worry about the future, it's because you're not prepared. Instead of worrying, prepare. Okay? Manifest your abundance. Prepare for whatever. Prepare for success. If you know everything is about to change and nothing is going back to normal, then get on board with how you can get what you need to get if nothing is going to be normal again. Okay. Don't stay stuck worried. Do something. You know, uh, don't wait on things to go back to normal. They're never going back to normal. Start a new path, a new course, and getting what you want to get. hmm Like I'm not worried at all because you know, I've already got my destination. I already know what I'm going to do. I already know where things are headed. I already know there's not going to go back. I know things aren't going to go back to normal. So I am prepared to change. Well, I didn't really have to change because I was already on that path, but I'm prepared to move forward and continue moving forward and add more things to my path, you know, because that's the direction it's going. I don't fight it. I understand what it is. There's nothing you can really do but prepare and get on a path and secure yourself into that future. Okay. So just think about it. Um, mhm, right. We should all take a moment to realize this is a problem. The only time we will be at standstill and take advice. Right. Some people worry about different things. I don't worry about too many things because I've been preparing. I already knew the future. Not because I'm psychic, it's because I can decode. You know, the future is going to be what you create and what you make. You're going to be solely responsible for your own ambitions. Okay. It means if someone wants to make money, they have a choice. They can make money online, they can go out into the real world and work for another person. They can risk not having that job if something is shut down like it is now, or if something else happens and they have to shut down, then they're totally dependent on something like that. Or you can free yourself by taking charge and working for yourself. It's going to be self-sufficient world. Okay. That's it. If you're not a self-sufficient person, you will be dependent on things and will be affected by it. The law of cause and effect, period. So I'm a mother. I'm not going to put the life of my children's, I'm not going to put my children's lives in the hand of an employee. I mean, an employer or a president or a system. I'm not going to put their lives in their hand, whether they eat or not. I'm going to put it in my hands, period. If you put their lives in another person's hand because you put your life in that person's hand, do not complain. The future is self sufficient. Thank you, Natasha. Hey, sure, while we're on this topic, are you still doing business promotions? Not right now, sprinkle, sprinkle. And also, I'll let y'all know when, or just write me. Thank you, sprinkle, sprinkle. Depends on what you're promoting. Okay, but thank you. I appreciate it. Just write me and we'll see. You can write me on my Etsy. Okay, so I'm not putting my life nor my children's lives in someone else's hands. Because if they drop the ball, then what am I doing? I'm stuck. I don't my thing is never to be stuck. Ever. So that's how I look at things. I don't do that. I couldn't do that. And to me, anyone with enough faith in a total stranger to put your lives and their lives in their hands, maybe they're not as enlightened as they would like to think. Okay. So just think about it like that. Get your own thing going. hmm Because there are too many ways to have your own income in this day and age to not have one, or extra ones at least. Can you read the lyrics? No, I don't know that song, baby. Just you know how to decode the words. Can you? Yeah, no, I don't even know that song. I put a Fiverr page up and doing accounting for the next year, so all business owners. All right, cool. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, So secure yourself. That's number one. If anything in the future, if you could see the future, if y'all could see the future, y'all would start your own businesses, either online or of service. But you would work for yourself if you understood what was going to happen. Okay, I'm telling y'all right now, you're not going to want to work for other people. Okay, unless it's through like contract and where you are in control of all of those things. Mm, because you know what's going to come with jobs? Vaccines. Required this, required that. Okay? That's what's going to come with employment. Here you go. Why so many companies merging? Because everybody's about to start working for themselves. I'm trying to tell y'all need to listen. I don't talk for fun. Companies are merging, many companies are closing down and going out of business because people are going to work for self. Not because they just had an epiphany. It's because it's being pushed in this direction. You can see the future, but opening a business ain't the way for me. Stock market is, well, whatever way you can make money, do it. Mhm. As long as you're in control of it, to a degree. But some people do both. They have a business and they do the stock market, so it don't matter. As long as you got a way to get your money without an employer. Okay, so yeah. So they're going to be like, okay, well, you can't work here unless you have a vaccine. And so if you were against getting a vaccine, then you really don't have a choice. Well, I got to work. I got to get it. You see? So either they're setting up ways, they'll always give you a choice. No matter what, you always get a choice. You always have the free will. They're setting up ways for so many people to work online right now. Just go on Instagram, go on Facebook, look at all the ads that pop up. They are to help you become business owners online or self-reliant. You see all of this. If you click off and ignore it, and when you see those ads, pay attention because all these businesses are merging. A lot of companies are going out of business because you're getting ready to sell. You're getting ready to be like the people that do that. They don't have. They don't need those employees anymore. They're going to cut costs, cut office space because you're going to be doing the work at home. Okay. So hmm. You said ain't nothing wrong with working with somebody. Well, what if they don't have a job for you anymore? Or what if they can't pay you what you are supposed to earn? You are dependent upon someone else signing a paycheck for you. Your child is dependent on somebody signing your paycheck. What are you going to do when no one is going to sign a paycheck anymore? You know, y'all remember in the old days when people had certain jobs that technology took over? It's like that's what's happening right now. And it's not technology, it's entrepreneurs, small business, individual people. Okay. So just understand, don't stay stuck in the old ways. Just evolve your thinking so that you don't get stuck. If you work for somebody else, great. have a side gig. So when that is not happening anymore, you have something to fall back on. How can we talk about subliminal messages and corrupt things without being silent? Get a YouTube video and do what I do. There you go. I thought you what? Right. Get online and talk. Do what you gotta do. What does that mean for marriage? I don't see marriage the same anymore. What? Then don't get married. Do what you want. It's possible because if businesses close, people will still want products. Exactly. Hey, Lena, what's up? I have all your stuff in that box if you want. Yeah, that's all your stuff. I'm still the magnets and all that. The stuff you got from there. What's up? Hi, baby. You want to take your stuff? You gonna leave it in my room? Job versus career. Entrepreneur. They're both jobs. If you have a career, make sure it leads to entrepreneurism, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you have a career, make sure it leads to you owning your own business. If you have a job, make sure it leads to your own business. They both need to lead to your own business. That's what I think. Because eventually, like, let's say you're a doctor. You don't work for, a hospital forever unless that's what you want to do. You eventually open your own practice. If you're a lawyer, you eventually want your own firm. And so work towards owning your own, or else you will always be at the mercy of other people. I'm telling you, start now while there's still, if you start sooner rather than later, you'll be on top when a lot of people who didn't listen are just getting started, and they'll have to suffer and build harder. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Start now while it's easy. You failed as a writer for Hollywood. I got blacklisted before I really got started. I'm not sorry. That was a blessing for me. Good for you. Now you can write and do something better. hmm There's no point to college now. Y'all are going to see. That's what it's going to turn into. Everybody's going to be able to do whatever they want. But it'll be up to them and how successful they are or not. Be first, be smart, or cheat. Uh, how did you get into that field? Oh, y'all talking to each other. All the jobs at Walmart are going, people doing their self checkout. A lot of people don't like responsibility that comes with entrepreneurship. Well, they better learn. They better learn. They're responsible enough to get themselves to somebody else's job. Right? You better be a gold digger. You better do something. Until you figure out how to be responsible. You better figure it out. There's a will, there's a way. You don't like the work, you're not responsible, be a gold digger. You gotta get something. That's true. Eventually, you'll need the chip implant to go online. So even working online is risky. There's no answer in the end. Well, by the time you need that chip, I'm gonna be rich because I started before all of that. Are we gonna have somebody with a chip work for us to be the chip? Okay, come on, Chip. His name gonna be Chip. I'm hiring a chip. Come through. I'm organic. I don't do chips. So you have a chip, come through. I'll hire you. So there you go. You manifest the things I want coming, but they never end how I want it. For example, I get to know a man, but in the end, it doesn't work out. Is that why you teach to manifest from end? Yep. See it working out. See him holding you on your deathbed, crying. There you go. Don't go. There you go. It worked out because he there when you did. There you go. Um, are vaccinations safe to give babies right now? I wouldn't give no child no. I wouldn't give them a thing. No, I personally, I'm not getting ready to stick a formula inside a baby that I don't even know what's in it. That the government gives out, knowing in the past that they have used vaccines to experiment on people as well as people in the military. These are facts. And this is not even conspiracy no more. They already admitted that they done tested this stuff on people. So I'm not putting nothing in my child. I would never do that because I don't know what's in it. And people are more, mm, I don't trust the government, period. I don't trust pharmaceutical companies, period. So I'm not going to trust it in my child. There you go. I'll get the, I got my children an exempt letter from vaccines because you don't know what's in it. How you get away from giving a baby a vaccine exempt letter from go online and find the vaccine exempt letter for your state. You get it signed and notarized. Mhm. Best way to manifest financial and time freedom. Make money in your sleep. Manifest to make money in your sleep. Manifest a way to make money while you sleep. That way, when you wake up, you're paid. You don't have to really do much except what you were going to do in order to make the money in your sleep. You know, do I think pharmaceutical are going to be gone around for long? These people are getting healthy now. I think There are so many people that are addicted to pharmaceuticals and think that they're the only way to solve an issue. It's like putting a band-aid on a gaping infected wound versus preventing getting cut in the first place. Okay, so those who uh, are for pharmaceuticals represent those who don't live by universal law. Those who don't really need pharmaceuticals live by universal law. You see, because the pharmacy and pharmaceuticals started um, when these alchemists wanted to take a shortcut and create something that would mask the pain instead of preventing it. And so they would call them puffers because they would sit and try to cool the formulas really fast by puffing air on them to hurry up and get them to cool so that they can disperse them out to the people to temporarily solve their issue so that it can be a repeat customer, and that they would never solve their issue and they would keep them buying more and more and more, and the solution would never be the cure. But then you have the real alchemists that would use preventative alchemy or preventative formulas, like my elixirs, like healthy eating, like tinctures, like things like that. That is real alchemy. Pharmaceutical is a fraud. So that's why when you hear one of those pharmacy commercials, the side effects are worse than what the drug is actually for. You'd rather just live with whatever you got than to go through those side effects. So, and I also think that's why so many people are getting sick because most of the side effects of pharmaceutical drugs are lowered immune system. You know, if you develop flu-like symptoms, listen to the side effects of all those medications. If you're on all the medications and people are getting sick because you're on all the medications. That's why most people that got sick and young were had underlying causes because they were mostly on medication with side effects. They were on them pharmaceuticals, which lowers your immune system and opens you up for all those side effects. So I barely take any type of pharmaceutical unless it's like an emergency or something like that, prescribed it during an emergency situation. Everything I take is natural supplements or, tinctures or my elixir. And I don't take none of that other stuff. hmm If you are dependent on a pharmaceutical, there is a natural remedy that you could do. hmm Unless it's way too late, your body is now dependent on that drug, and you did not take care of yourself, and now you're to a point where you only need the pharmaceutical to sustain, a temporary uh, issue. You know, you're supposed to work in prevention. hmm If you see someone that reaches for a bottle of Tylenol, aspirin, or Advil every time they have one little pain, they're addicted to pharmaceuticals. Okay. If they take more than the suggested dosage, they're addicted to pharmaceuticals. They might not be like having a problem with it, but they depend on that stuff. Like, they pop it like candy, like painkillers like candy. No. Mhm. I think that's also why they have CBD oil available now because you always have to have that choice. Now we have a choice. Would you like to take CBD or would you like to take pharmaceuticals? hmm Your sis take Benadryl to sleep. Give her CBD oil, or they make gummies too. Mhm. You said call you addicted because you have migraines. Why do you have migraines though? You could prevent migraines. When I first met James, he had migraines. Get off pork, get off beef, get off excess salt. Check your prescription. Maybe you need glasses as well. You don't have. He hadn't had a migraine after he met me because I told him he better eat this and not eat that, and his migraines went away. Hmm. You eat pork, get off of pork, get off of beef, get off of high sodium products, and I bet you won't have migraines anymore. Somebody said stop eating nuts. Sometimes that might be it. I don't know. Mineral deficiency is your issue. Okay, get your minerals. All sickness and disease can be cured by diet and health. That's true. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just saying it can be prevented. Mhm. All I know is for some people, it's different foods. Try to eliminate certain foods from your diet and see if you get migraines. It's trial and error. Like eliminate one food a week until they go away. There you go. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna go um, thumbs up if y'all like the video. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank y'all, everybody who donated. And remember, manifest, think about, stay on the path that you want to get to. You know, start realistically, and there are levels to it. Okay. Oh, thank you, T. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What about people who have several mental health issues and take medicines for that? How do they function without pharmaceuticals? Um, for me, I would like some people are diagnosed with mental health issues that may not have them. Some people do have them because it's an imbalance in your chemical, your brain. So I'm sure there are certain. Um, I would look into holistic medicine for mental illness and see what they're doing in other countries, like in the East, and see what their progress is because I have no idea. A lot of people's mental issues aren't even really mental, they're more spiritual, and the scientific world cannot explain them because they don't know. So I would definitely look into what they're saying spiritually about certain mental illnesses, whether you really have this mental illness or is it a made up mental illness, and you're just accepting it as a mental illness because like bipolar disorder, you know, or you just can't control your emotions. Is it schizophrenia, or are you able to hear and see into other dimensions? You um, so I'm pretty sure society would rather label you mentally ill than to admit that there are people that can see into other dimensions, and to admit that there are people who are not in control of their emotions to the point where they go into rages, you know, instead of working on themselves and centering themselves and balancing themselves. Because if you're super extreme, when you become super centered and balanced, you can probably do way more than the average human. You know, big problems, big issues equal big solutions and big power. So I would think about that. It's a way to kind of mute out your true power. Hmm. Because I remember I told you the story. This one lady who was schizophrenic, she told me the stuff that she saw, and it was all code. She sees the code. She sees stuff in code. Her visions or whatever she's saying is basic code. Period. Yeah, it might scare her because she's seeing it like as physical or hearing things. But what they're saying is code. If they knew how to decode, they probably wouldn't think it was so crazy. You know, they don't teach this stuff though. They used to back in the old days, but they don't teach it anymore. So now you're just crazy. So if I knew how to decode and I started hearing and seeing things, I would think I'm manifesting things and getting messages for what's coming next, or, you know, understanding what certain things mean. I'm decoding right in front of my eyes. Like Neo saw the matrix numbers and stuff. It would kind of be like that, except you would see the symbols of what this means and that means. So to me, if people taught this information and people would see it and they knew how to decode, it's like seeing your dreams in real life as an illusion. But you don't know it's an illusion. But it's like walking in a dream or hearing stuff. So if you can decode your dreams while you're dreaming, it's not a nightmare. And at one point you begin to control them, because when you're not afraid of something and you can decode it and understand what it means, your subconscious and subliminal mind then starts to create something else. And then you are back in charge. Your conscious mind is now in charge once you have decoded what your subconscious mind was trying to tell you in the first place. So now, okay, I know what that means. Now I want to do this. And then you begin to control your dream, lucid dream. So if more people understood that, there would be less quote unquote mentally ill people. But the system is against anyone having that much power and knowledge because not everyone has it. So they're afraid of it, so they medicate it. That's why they want to give everybody a vaccine, because eventually a lot of people are going to start to see into other dimensions. A lot of people are going to eventually a lot of people are learning how to decode. A lot of people are understanding hidden messages. And so if you can do that, and people are going to start being very powerful, well, they got to stop it. We can't have all these powerful people go get a vaccine, go stick a Q-tip up their nose, and make sure their thalamus gland is stimulated to where it stops producing this and makes them docile again. Give them this vaccine that shuts down, this and that part of their DNA. Because we don't want them seeing this stuff. We don't want them trying to figure this out. So put them back to sleep. Hmm. And what people say is normal may not be normal. You may be, you know, if advanced beings saw what quote unquote mentally ill people saw and thought, but they say that's mentally ill and they want to keep you quote unquote normal, They may be suppressing your evolution, right? They may suppress your evolution so that you don't grow past them mentally or spiritually. Hmm. Hmm. What about epidurals at birth? Um, I think it depends on your level of if you can take pain or not. I think it's your choice. It does affect the mother and the child. So, I mean, if you can do it without it, do it. But it's not a vaccine. Thank you, Juanita. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mhm. Mm-mm-mm. So, all this to suppress the age of Aquarius. It's not an age. It's not per se an age that is coming. It's to suppress you from creating that age. That age can't come until it's created. So, if there's not enough people to create it, thank you, Monique. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There's not enough people to create the age. There's not enough people to wake up to understand the age. Then what? You know. So I say that's why I don't label things. That's why I keep things open and use prevention versus putting a band-aid on something when it's too late. Live by universal law. Okay. Most people think it's all complicated and magical. It's not. Stay on the right path, make the correct decisions. A leads to B, B leads to C. If you're at A manifesting Z, you got to go through the alphabet, period. Manifest to get to Z, knowing you got to go through B. That's it. All right. I'll see y'all later.